You may have noticed that Promethean recently released version 1.5 of ActivInspire. One of the major parts of this release is to support the new ActivBoard 500, which supports both Active Pen and Touch at the board. So if you don't have an ActivBoard 500, this ActivTip or the next couple ActivTips that deal with the 500 board may not be super useful for you, but at least gives you an insight into some of the new things Promethean has. The new ActivBoard 500 kind of reminds me of the technology they used in Minority Report, for the 6 of you guys who saw that movie, or kind of like a humongous iPad. So you might want to listen in so you can understand some of the ideas of how this does work and how you might be able to apply it in your classroom today or in the future. Now the ActivBoard 500 uses both stylus touch or finger touch technologies. So whatever you select with the stylus becomes the tool of the stylus, and whatever you touch with your finger becomes the tool of the finger. Now here's a screenshot of what the toolbar looks like when you have it turned on. You can see that the left palette, both the pen and the touch, are in the selector tool right here. Now if I were to get my pen and I click on something, this tool right here is going to change if I clicked on the pen or the highlighter or the eraser. Then if I did it with my finger, this tool right here would change. So I'm always able to see what tool is going to be my pen and what tool is going to be my finger. And again, all I have to do is just click on the tool and it would change up here. These are static pictures, but in a second we're going to show you what it looks like for real. Now one thing you might notice is the color palette and thickness are gone from the tool palette. To change a color or thickness, you click right here where the color is, and a small window is going to appear where you can see the color and the thickness, and you'll see this here in a second. Now here's a page where I am hooked up to the ActivBoard 500. You can see on my toolbar that I have a tool for both my pen and my finger. We'll get more into this in a second. So I'm going to use my pen here to draw a line, then I'm going to use my finger to move it over. It's a little tough to see because you can't see the pen and the finger, but we'll get to that in a second too. But you can see I'm moving it with my finger, and then with the pen tool, I'm writing a letter. And then if I want to change the color, I just click up here in the box, and I can choose whatever color I want or the thickness of the line. So even though it's not on the toolbar, I can still change the color of my pen. So I'll go ahead and write a squiggly line, and then with my finger, I'll go ahead and move both these pieces over there because right now my finger is on the selector tool. Now if I want to change what I'm using my finger or my pen for, you can see I just changed my finger tool into an eraser, and now I can erase these objects with my finger. So how do I change the tools? Well, you can see that right now I have the pen tool. I'm going to grab the pen, and on the board, I'm going to click on the different tools. So you can see as I click with my pen, the icon over there next to the pen changes from a highlighter to a pen to an eraser, and so on and so forth. Now I can do the same thing if I use my finger. So now I'm hitting the board with my finger, and you'll notice the tool next to the finger is changing. So if I select my pen to be a highlighter, I can highlight, and then I go back with my finger, click on the eraser, now the tool is the eraser, and now I can erase on this page. And just so you know it's all on the up and up, here's video of us shooting this ActivTip. You can see we're using the finger and pen to move. We're now going to go to the toolbar and change our finger to an eraser. So you see the pen still writes, the finger erases, and now we're going to change the finger to a highlighter. So the pen still pens, and the finger is a highlighter.